Hey everybody, welcome to the last of the 4 questions of our ongoing saga about this 42-year-old that comes in with retrosternal chest pressure associated with diaphoresis, dyspnea, and hypotension. We did a 12-lead EKG on him and found that he has J-point elevation or ST segment elevation in 2-3 and AVF. Now, the question changes again for the 4th time, and that is, this is most likely an indicator of A, acute injury, B, acute infarction, C, acute ischemia, and D, acute hypokalemia. So again, what the question is asking you is J-point elevation is an indicator of what in the presence of all of this patient's signs and symptoms? Is it injury, infarction, ischemia, or hypokalemia? Take a moment and think about it. Well, I'm sure you got this one right as well, and that is, it is indicative of acute injury pattern. Injury is reversible. Infarction is not. That's why when somebody comes in with J-point elevation or ST segment elevation, we are really under the wire. We're on the clock in terms of trying to get that patient on a cath lab table as soon as possible. And if we're in a situation where we can't get the patient for whatever reason to a hospital that has a cath lab or an open cath lab table, we have to be thinking about the possible use of thrombolytic therapy, because at this point, this is like, the last of it, the last opportunity we have to try and reperfuse this area of the myocardium, which we determined to be the inferior wall. We have acute injury. Injury is reversible. That's why we hop all over this to try and get reperfusion established. Versus acute infarction, even though we say that the patient's infarcting, patient's having a heart attack, the infarcted tissue actually ultimately is dead tissue. It doesn't contract, it doesn't conduct, and it's not reversible. We don't want to get to the area of infarction or the time where we have actual infarcted tissue. At tissue injury, we want to have that patient on a cath lab table, and we want to have that patient having their vessel opened and stented open in order to reperfuse the myocardium. That good old time is muscle is really very important. So that's all I have for today, guys. Head over to my website, K-Hoppy Presents, and check out the free webinar series that I have coming up. August 6th, I'm going to be talking about bundle branch blocks. And then the next after that, I'm going to be talking about hemi blocks. So I'm going to just keep adding to this series. And we had 49 people sign up for the last go round. So I would love to see you there. I do have a seat limit. So, head on over to my website and sign up. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.